What is going on, everybody? This is SERG VICENTE, the host of the Fight Podcast, and we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of coffee and fight news, man. Happy Wednesday to you guys. I know this is a holiday week, which is nice. Happy 4th of July to everybody who's going to celebrate. Um, Hopefully you don't have to work on Friday. Hope you get that 3-day work week, man. But everybody who's watching live right now, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube page. And if you love combat sports of all kinds, go ahead and give us a follow. All right. Interviews, all kinds of stuff. We got merch too. Check us out. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into it, man. There was a lot that went on this weekend. Not only do we have WWE going out there in Saudi Arabia, we also ended up having, the Jake Paul card, as well as UFC 317. So there was a lot that went on in combat sports this weekend. And I'll be honest with you, I know I've been talking a lot of trash about the UFC as of late, and rightfully so. Let's not get it twisted. But man, they put on a show, and the show itself was highlighted none other than one of the guys who I honestly say is going to end up going down in the Mount Rushmore of the UFC. And it's funny, that's not even hyperbole saying it at this point, but we're talking about Illia Topuria. Illia Topuria, this is a guy who's 17-0 going into this fight, and or should I say 17-0 now. But going into this fight against Charles Oliveira, he just went out there and destroyed two legends. He goes out there and destroys Alexander Volkanovski, who we all know is a legend. Beat Max Holloway twice, and that's Alexander Volkanovski, and even went up and almost beat Islam Makhachev to try to become a double champion. The dude's resume speaks for itself, and within a round, this dude, Topuria, goes out here and knocks him cold. And then you go out there and fighting one of my favorite fighters of all time, your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, even Max Holloway, and he goes out there. And the thing about the Max Holloway fight against Ilya, as well as the Alexander Volkanovski fight against Ilya, is that these guys are looking good. These legends are looking like legends in compared to Ilya. And then before you know it, man, it's almost like watching a video game. This is somebody that anytime he makes contact with you, you can see his opponent's battery life and their energy dropping every time. But he goes out there, he knocks out, Max Holloway, who's never been knocked out before in his career. Only been knocked down once in his career, and that was barely a knockdown at that. So he goes out there, then he's going against Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, again, another one of those guys, your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. And Illia Topuria says that he's going to knock him out within the first 2 to 3 minutes of the fight. He finished Charles Oliveira at the 2-minute and 30-second marker. This guy is a guy who is notorious for tape study. Not only is he notorious for tape study, he drills. This guy trains in his garage with his brother, who's also a UFC fighter. He is extremely well schooled. He has a great personality. He has his own promotion, and now moving up in weight, winning the title at 147 pounds at featherweight, moving up now to lightweight, and beating a legend in Charles Oliveira, and that's 3 legends in a row. This is at a time in the UFC where, I'll be honest with you, it's been boo boo. The UFC has been really bad as of late, and this guy is bringing up an energy that is so necessary in this time, man. And I really do appreciate what Illia Topuria is doing. And this is the only thing I can equate it to, and you guys kind of had to be there for it, is when John Jones was rising. It's the same type of feeling. It's very similar to Conor McGregor. Granted, Conor McGregor, I think, was more popular at his point in time in his ascension. But Illia Topuria is one of those guys that, when you look at it, being a double champion in 17 fights within his career, and he's the only double champion in the UFC history that actually has 0 losses going in and being a double champion. So winning 2 weight classes at this level against the guys that he has beaten, there's no hate on Illia Topuria, man. This guy is an absolute legend. Even his trash talk is beautiful, man, and the way he does it. Now, what's next? It seems like the fans' choice, maybe even TKO's choice and UFC's choice, seems like it should be Paddy Pimblett, right? They have built-in heat. They don't like each other. Paddy Pimblett is a star in his own right. Easy sell. But who should probably get it? It should probably be Arman Tsarukyan. Arman probably deserves a title shot. Unfortunately, it seems like Dana's kind of still punishing him for losing weight in his last big opportunity. So there is that. But all in all, man, oh my God, salute to to Illia Topuria. I mean, you've got the juice now. It's one of those moments. He's really, you beat three legends. You, sir, are now a legend. Salute to Illia Topuria and what he did. That wasn't the only title fight on this. We had, the defending flyweight champion Pantoja going against Kai Kara France, and this is a rematch of their fight back in when they were in the Ultimate Fighter, which Pantoja won. He goes out there, defends his title. That dude, man, Pantoja really is him. He makes really good fighters look like bums. Goes out there, submits Kai Kara France, and honestly, probably his last opportunity at this level. Regardless, incredible performance by Pantoja. That dude is really him. Is he the flyweight GOAT? Absolutely not. You still got to give that to Demetrius Johnson, who is still my GOAT, if we're being honest. But you have to love what he's done. Salute to Pantoja. Card was great all in all, but I want to just highlight those two. All right. Let's talk about boxing a little bit. Big fight the weekend, obviously, was Jake Paul versus Chavez. Jake Paul defeats Chavez in a decision. He is now ranked top 15 in the WBO ranking system. Salute to him. No hate there. I give Jake Paul props that the fact that he's doing his thing. He has continued to do his thing, and he is putting himself in danger time and time again. I gotta show him love. There's no hate there. I appreciate what he's doing. I'm seeing that he's built a not only a fan base, but way he's elevated women's boxing. We have coming up, I believe, next week or the week after next is Serrano versus Taylor 3, and that's going to be on Netflix. That would not happen if it wasn't for Jake Paul. Holly Holm makes her, her return to boxing, and even her return to boxing, she has a big moment as well. That wouldn't happen without Jake Paul giving he highlighting women in that way in women's boxing, which I have love for. He goes out there, he defeats Chavez in another, I hate to say it, man, boring fight. Jake consistently has boring fights, and Jake is good for the average bear, or beating, like I said, these guys that are far past their prime. But I'm curious to see with him somebody like, a Jaya Bataya, Zorro, all those type of guys that were even there this past weekend. I mean, Chavez, again, first 8 rounds, Chavez is the punching bag. Last 2 rounds, he even hurt Jake Paul. He was putting a little bit of pressure on him. He made it a fight. He made it fun. And that's what it was the entire time, that we could have got behind it, man. But when it boils down to it, man, it's just not entertaining. And he wants to be a world champion. Do I believe Jake Paul is actually going to be a world champion? Absolutely not. I absolutely don't think he's going to be a world champion if these fights are factual, if these fights are real, and these champions that they're actually going to end up having them fight are in their prime. I don't see these guys losing if it's not just for a payday. So, but salute to Jake Paul. No hate on him in that regard. I mean, he went out there, he picked up the dub, and he has consistently built a name for himself, and he's brought a lot of people into boxing, and the card itself was really fun. What's it called? Man, I'm missing. I'm blanking on my man's, but I will move on from here. But it's all right. Sticking with boxing, September 20th, we have the rematch again to what I say is my favorite fight of the year, the best fight of the year. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. They're doing the rematch on September 20th. I cannot wait for that fight. Now, here's one thing I'm going to say, and I'll be very, very honest with you about this, is that, oh, man, do I think it's too early for Chris Eubank? Yes, I do. Do I think this rematch benefit, especially everything is supposed to be the same. It's still supposed to be at 160, so Eubank's going to have to dehydrate down the way that he did. And if we're really being honest with ourselves, the only person that really took, I mean, for all practical purposes, is an ass whooping in that fight, even though he won, is Chris Eubank. He's the one that had to go to the hospital. The next day, Conor Benn was training again. So, because of how quickly this fight is happening after the other one, this last fight was just in March. Just since it's happened in March, it's happening already, coming back in September. I don't think that's enough time to heal the proper way. But not only do I think it's not enough time to heal the proper way, I also don't think that, being down to that weight class, he's going to be sucked down dry again. I see Conor Benn stopping him. I see Conor Benn stopping him on that one. But I love that fight. I'm so happy that they're doing it again. All right. Also, Devin Haney signed on to fight Brian Norman Jr. Yo, that fight is, I think, a fight that a lot of people didn't anticipate happening. But it's really one of the only options that Devin Haney really had, if you think about it, because of what happened with Ryan Garcia and everything that happened along with his last fight against Ramirez. I think a lot of people looked at Devin Haney like, he's damaged goods. We don't want to see him. He's a runner. Even though if you actually watch Devin Haney's career, you know he's not a runner, but that's been the narrative on social media. So because of that, I think it was one of two things. Either you don't get any fights or you have to go and fight a dog. And Brian Norman Jr., people calling him Mr. 6 weeks because he just went out there in his last fight, knocked his opponent out, and his opponent honestly didn't remember the last 6 weeks. He didn't even remember training for the fight. He didn't remember anything in it. And it was it's the knockout of the year. If you guys haven't checked it out, go on our YouTube page. It's there. You guys can see it. One of the craziest knockouts you'll ever see. But B Norm and Devin Haney is going to be an amazing fight. I'll be honest with you. Devin Haney wins that fight as long as he doesn't stay with his fight IQ, his movement, and I'm not even talking about running. I'm talking about lateral movement, cutting angles. If he's able to do that, he wins that fight. But if he gets caught, B Norman, get him out of there. So, but if he wins, and he wins in a really good fight, I think that people are really going to, one, have to leave, Devin Haney alone, but also acknowledge that he has honestly one of the best resumes in boxing today. But I can't wait to see that fight. Really, really excited for that one. Boxing's cooking right now, man. We have obviously the fights coming up. Manny Pacquiao and Barrios and all those guys are coming up. Tim Tszyu and Vendora are also on that card. And then we also have coming up Shakur Stevenson, Zepeda, in that card also. So I can't wait, man. So much great combat sports coming up. I'll be back soon this week. We're gonna go ahead and do the Royal Rundown with my co-host, Ms. Dre. Dre's gonna be on there. We'll talk about pro wrestling and everything that happened in that Saudi card and everything else. But I'll be back soon. Please subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Love y'all. I'll see you next time right here on the Fight Podcast. Peace.